Easter. Should we do an Easter book? And if we do an Easter book, when should we actually start our Easter research? And what type of book should we actually create? Should we create an Easter coloring book with what we think or what everyone that's looking for a book on Amazon thinks Easter is? And what do people actually think Easter is? So first go to Google Trends, type in the word Easter, and then understand what we're looking at when we're doing Easter research. Easter peaks during the holiday and then it drops drastically. This is a 5-year period, and you can see the peaks here at each point when Easter occurs. Drop it down to the past 12 months and you can really start deep diving on when we should start looking and doing Easter research. So around March 8th to 14th, you're going to see this start to pick up, 22nd to 28th, and then it's going to peak around April 5th. So right around here between March 29th, towards the end of March, possibly even the middle of March or the beginning of March, people are going to start searching on Amazon for Easter. So you come to Amazon and you look for Easter and you start getting an idea of what is selling. Now at this point, I'm just looking at everything on Amazon to get an idea of what Easter is and what people are looking for. Mostly we see things like candy and egg hunts and bunnies, and everything is bright with pastel colors, and there's a certain theme for Easter. Go to Google and you can see that here in 2021, Easter is April 4th. Easter, even on Google, there is one picture for the religious aspect of the Easter holiday. The actual true definition of Easter from the religious aspect is the resurrection of Jesus. But is that what people are buying? When we think about Easter books that we're creating, we're thinking about pastel colors, eggs, bunnies, coloring books, gifts that we can create. Typically, this is what we're thinking about. But if we dig a little deeper, can we find a niche that we could actually create books for an Easter and capitalize in on this peak time that we saw on that Google trend to actually make some money during this holiday? Back on Amazon, and we're going to type in Easter book, and you can see our self-publishing titans suggestion expander has given us some ideas here. Easter book Christian. If we were to specifically focus in on the religious aspect of the holiday, it might be a place where we can find some room for books that we could create. So let's go ahead and just click on Children's Easter Book Christian. Here you're going to see there are about 4,000 results in the all category when we're talking about specifically Christian books, and then you're going to scroll down and you're going to start seeing some regular hardback books or story books, and we're going to keep scrolling here until we get down to the type of book that we are probably going to create, more in the low content, no content book. And of course, you're still going to see sponsored books. For example, this Easter coloring book, an activity book for kids ages 4 to 8, Easter egg hunt. But again, don't get distracted by what's sponsored. Let's focus on our research and keep scrolling down until we see something that looks more like what we are looking for. Because again, it is Easter, but we're focused in on our keyword, because you see here, I spy Easter, fun Easter activity books. But again, it's not really focused in on the aspect of the religious side of the holiday. Now here's an interesting one, the Beginner's Bible All About Jesus sticker and activity book. Now this is something we could probably focus on as far as the activity book side of it. And you can see the BSR here, 2,332. So that takes us back to type down Jesus Activity Book, and Jesus Activity Book for Kids. Now here we see the results, 949 for Jesus Activity Books for Kids. Scroll down and see what the results are. And here's our Beginner's Bible All About Jesus sticker and activity book. Keep going over, and I have one here that really interests me. Bible Activity Book for Kids ages 4 to 8. A fun kid workbook, game, learning, coloring, dot-to-dot, mazes, word search, and more. A true activity book. BSR of 58,445. This is March 7th, 2021. So take note and remember the Easter graph that we saw on Google Trends and think about when you're going to be doing your research. Of course, as you see here, March 5th to 11th, this is March 7th, so Easter searches are on the rise. So that 58,454 are the books that are being sold right now in this small window of opportunity. You can also see this has 4.5 stars, 240 ratings, and they're really focused in on the best gift idea for Christian kids. Again, our search term, Jesus Activity Books for Kids. We take a quick look inside, and on the cover, you can see there is a word search, as well as from the back cover, it looks like they have some dot to dot. So here we have a book that's a little bit different than what we may actually think about when we think about Easter. Easter eggs, pastel colors, bunnies, chicks, and even just your traditional coloring book. But this is really what you need to do to narrow down your focus, where you can actually start creating books that have a little less competition, but still sell during this narrow window of the Easter holiday. And of course, we talk about here on the channel, and I'll go ahead and put a card right here of the software that we can use to make these types of activities. And at the end of the day, when we're talking about making these types of books, it's not much different than making these simple coloring books with just a simple graphic like this on each page. We're just going to do the same thing inside, making those simple puzzle activity books. And instead of focused on just rabbits or bunnies and eggs, we're going to think about the actual core of the holiday, which is the religious aspects. And go to Amazon and look for words like Easter plus Christian, and you're going to see Easter Christian gifts, Easter Christian basket stuffers. And these are the types of things alongside these types of books, because it's not to say that these books aren't going to get purchased either, but that specific book that we create around the Christian aspect of the holiday and Jesus and an activity book will definitely be something that will get purchased and added to that Easter basket. And at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, is create real books for real people, simplify the whole process so they can purchase and get exactly what it is they're looking for. And then we can get what we're looking for, which is to create books, simple books, and sell them on Amazon. So to see how simple it is to create these types of activities, go ahead and click on the video you see on the screen right now. Watch that, and I look forward to seeing you there.